It's a little bit of a tight fit. Okay, Wilson, you be a good boy. That's right, you tell him. Poor guy's just walking around his truck. It's me. Holy smokes, Will. Stop it. There's destruction in their vehicles. It's so intense. Yes, you are. Are you a good boy? You're a good boy, but you're a little bit intense, buddy. There we go. Scrubbed up. Fueled up, rinsed and waxed, and we're ready to go. Okay. don't like your picture taking. Sorry. You're the sweetest boy. You're such a good boy. Except for when you bark at people washing their trucks. Just protecting your mom, right? Just protecting your mama. Decided to take a few minutes. It's so warm today. I had on a hoodie and I actually had to take it off, so. But I'm just taking a break and then I'm gonna head over to my storage unit. I need to grab a handsaw and my sheets. And what else do I need to pick up? Handsaw, sheets I need to drop off. I did cut my Reflectix to fit. Well, not to fit, but just the basic length, so I don't have that big roll in my vehicle. So, and then yeah, I'm gonna wash the inside of the windows and get my blinds for the mats and the Reflectix put together for the front windows, and then I'm gonna go have a shower. And I think tomorrow is Saturday, so I think I'm just gonna maybe take the day and do some reading and just take a break. I need to pick up the handsaw because Sunday I've got to drag out that dresser, and that's not going to be fun. Even if I have to take the drawers out, that's going to be such a hassle. But I'll be able to have him outside, so I will be able to put the drawers on the floor. But that dresser is really heavy. And I got that piece of trim on the floor, and I know it's going to teeter on that when I'm bringing it down the steps, so I hope it doesn't rip it off, because I don't want to do it again. And then I'm going to sand that up, and I'm going to try to saw the inside pieces that are made for the drawers so it's totally open, so I'm able to Monday or Tuesday start on building out that cabinet. I'm pretty excited about it. I have to saw off all the legs because I have a Mr. Buddy. I have a Berkey water system, and it's the family size one, and I think it's like 2 feet tall. So I have to saw it down as far as I can get with the legs so that the Berkey will sit on top of the dresser. So, and if I can fit it on there, it's going to be a pretty tight fit, because I'm pretty sure that Berkey is at least 2 feet, and I've got just under 2 feet. So I'm not sure if it's even gonna fit, and if it doesn't fit, I have no idea where I'm gonna put it. I might have to put it in the back in one of those other tables. I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. And I'm getting a little excited because, well, I'll have to sand those white tables too. I might as well get those sanded up while I'm at it. Get all my sanding done. And then the following weekend I want to paint and stain. And I have to do it on a Sunday so I can put Wilson out again. And he'll, because if I'm painting and staining, I don't want him in with the fumes. And I don't want him getting hair all over. It could be a new look though. A hair table. I went to bed last night and there was only one clump at the top, and it was right by my nose, and I went to look for it. It was this big, huge tuft of hair. So I need to brush him. So this video might end up turning out to be a little bit longer than I expected. If it's too long for some of you, just maybe, I don't know, stop it and go back and watch part of it later. Listen to it while you're doing your dishes. I don't know. I used to do that. So I did have a comment. Somebody was nice enough to comment and suggested I put a top sheet over the blankets. Well, I do have top sheets on the blankets. It's just at night because that blanket is so wide, but it's not wide enough to double up. And when Wilson comes up on the bed, he pulls the blankets down, so whatever I have on that side, I need it to go around me. And so that blanket folds up during the day underneath the other blankets, and then I usually have my white quilt or something over that and I tuck it in, or it hangs over, extends over like my duvet covers or whatever. But at night that blanket unfolds so it hangs down quite a bit, and then when he jumps up and down, that's when he deposits all his hair. I could shave him, but that's a sin and he would look funny and he would be cold. So anyway, just thought I'd pop in and give you a rundown of what the rest of the video is going to be about. So I got to wash the windows, I have to do my mats, and I have to brush Wilson and demat him. So that should be fun. He hates being brushed, and I can't find his brush anywhere. I have no idea. I put it somewhere because it was rolling around. So I'm going to have to look for that. If not, I have another brush that I don't use. So maybe he'll get a girly brush. Anyway, you guys, will see you soon. I don't know. You know, my windows, I'll show you the other window where if somebody walks by, Wilson barks and then he spews the spray everywhere. But I'm gonna give this van a little quick clean, like my dash and that. Not very much. I'm not gonna clean the rest of it. I sweep the floor and oh my goodness, dirty. Just did this like I do it probably, okay, I'll admit it. The last time I probably did my windows was a month ago. Squeaky. But I mean, I washed my van, it looks good, and I actually have 2 stickers to go on it. I ordered them from Amazon. And I was thinking, I thought this was a really good idea. Somebody suggested I get an Amazon wish list and put it up, but I don't know. I worry about other people, and right now people really need to be thrifty, and they need to get food storage and extra water in and emergency supplies. So when I see the kindness of other people, and I mean, if I had lots of money, I probably would be doing the same thing. But I just feel really guilty. I have a hard time accepting people doing things for me. Don't get me wrong, everyone likes when somebody does something for you. That's what makes the world go around. But I've been alone a lot of my life, and I've had to push through things, and every time, my mom always said to me, don't expect things from people. And if you don't expect things from people, then you won't be disappointed. I spent a lot of my life expecting things from people, and I was disappointed. Just because I think everybody thinks like me, and I don't know. I just think if, you know, everybody thinks like me, so when somebody doesn't do something that I would have done, then I used to take it pretty personal. And it was a long road of disappointments and heartbreak. So, I don't know, you know, there's a lot of people that do van life that are amazing people that have paved the way for other people to step out and live their dream. And then there's a handful that it's a lot of image. And I'm not saying that's all the van life channels. There's van life channels out there that, oh goodness, if we didn't have them, they've offered up so much experience and knowledge to us beginners that, you know, without that, them out doing the trial and errors or suggestions and buying what products are good and stuff like that, we wouldn't be as far along as we are. But at the same time, in saying that, there's some that, I don't know, a lot of it's about the image, and I think that's deterrent for a lot of people. And if you're going to do this, I think the best way to do it is, and this is just my opinion, is to get something that you're not having to make payments on, because that's the whole idea, is to try to get to be on a very small budget, where you're not depending on, you're basically only paying for your food and your fuel, and the odd thing that you're able to save up for, you know, is bonus. Or if you have lots of money, I never did. So, I mean, somebody also asked me the price of my bed, and I did have some plywood from my truck camper build. So, it's kind of hard to pinpoint it, but I would say, and I'll do a video on it actually, but I'm thinking probably about, the mattress only cost me $200. It was like on Amazon, and it's like an amazing mattress, and it's a double, a full size. So I think the wood might have cost me another, maybe tops 100, 150. So we're looking at maybe between $300 and $400. That's with the mattress and the wood build and the hinges. So if that helps that person at all, I'm just gonna get the other side of the dash, and I gotta do this window. I have this cooler here. I don't know. At least my body can still contort like this. It'll be nice to have a clean windshield. It was pretty dirty. I think I filmed it the other day, and it looked pretty dirty. My van was really dirty too, and it's funny because we didn't have any rain or any snow or anything, and it was dirty. It got dirty, and the roads are pretty well bare. Here. That windshield It's not in my line of vision, so they passed it. I do have to replace it though. Is that inside or outside? Part of my windshield is dirty. It's inside. It's right by my mirror. I should take this mirror down. I don't really need it. But when I'm driving and Wilson's in the back, I talk to him. I can just have the mirror on him so I can talk with him and see him. Okay. So I have the other side of the window to do. And then I think I'll either start my mats or brush Wilson. Okay, so I cut a piece that I figured would be, it's way longer than the window, but it's okay. All right, I need 2 pieces, cut it in half. So I think that roll of Reflectix is 2 feet wide. I'm not sure how long. Pretty sure it's quite a lot. I think that cost me like $80. So I think if you're doing, I would suggest highly that when you insulate your floor, you do, your first layer is your Reflectix. And then that foam board that I got, I really, really like that as well. So, as you can see, it's like way longer than I need it. But then, at the same time, it's got to go down there. So, I'm thinking to here. Yeah, about there. Alright, so to make it less difficult, this is where it folds. I don't know. You can see the lines, so it's pretty easy to cut a straight line with this stuff. But if at all possible, I can definitely not hit that mark. Alright, so we want it there. It's not going to be totally even, but that's okay because I'm going to be taking it anyway at the ends. Me in straight lines. A lot of it is after, because I've been doing this build like from the time that I picked it up and started ripping out the seats. I've been pretty excited to get, I was pretty excited to start the build. I picked this up the other day and it fell, and I already have, oh, you can't see it, I'll show you later. But I had all that mechanical stuff to do at first. So it was kind of discouraging because I couldn't afford both of them at the beginning of when I started working. So it's awkward. So I'm just going to mark out where that knob is. There's a window latch. So I'm going to mark out that with my nails. So I'll be able to tell roughly where to cut that out. I left my pen over there, darn it. So I usually just take a pen or something to kind of just outline it a bit, to have a rough idea. I have to put some stuff over this, underneath this chair. I have to fix this seat. I have it really low for Wilson because I don't want him too high to the windshield, even though he does have his seatbelt and his harness. I have to do that there. Oops, it's slipping. Now, if I come up short, I can always bring the mat or the tape a little bit wider. I don't know if you guys can see that kind of, it's outlined very faintly. So now I'm just going to cut that out. I like having this cooler here. Gives me an extra seat. And then I'll take this template and do the mat. Actually, I'll probably take this template and do the reflectix for the other window too, so I don't have to go through what I just went through. I'll make sure that this fits the window okay first. If it doesn't, I'll be cutting another piece. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, somebody mentioned something and I said I had an idea and I thought it was a really good idea. And that was about the wish list, but that's not what I was actually wanting to talk to you guys about. My idea, I'm pretty excited about this, is I'm just 6 shy, unless somebody unsubscribes. I'm 6 shy of 300 subscribers, and I'm like ecstatic over that. So I was thinking anybody that wanted to take the time and the little bit of money and send me stickers for my van from where you live. Like if you live in Florida, send me a Florida sticker, you know, like a car sticker. And I will open up a P.O. box and you can mail me the stickers. And I know it's cheating that I actually haven't gone to these places, but I think it's pretty cool too, because whatever stickers I have in my back, I can say, well, all my subscribers live from here. Like this one lives in the UK, and this one lives in Florida, this one lives in Arizona, this one lives in California, this one lives in Iowa, this one lives in Ontario, this one lives in Nova Scotia. I'm actually from New Brunswick, so, but I have been out in Alberta majority, well, at least half of my life now. Actually more than half of my life. And I did live in BC. Uh-oh, that came up short. Uh-oh. Followed the wrong line. And I love BC. It's beautiful. It reminds me of New Brunswick. And it's way warmer there. It's like night and day once you cross those mountains. So I envy the van lifers that live in BC or on the island. because it's like tropical there compared to Alberta. Alberta is very frigid in the wintertime. And it's dry climate, comparatively speaking. So, I did okay. Look at that. I did all right. It's a little off. So now what we'll do is I'm going to mark that where that latch is. I don't want to go past that point there. I need to bring it down here. So I highly suggest these. They're your headlamps. I have one in the front and one in the back. I hang them. They're right there if I need them. And also, another thing is, I'm not sure. Put that down there. I need it that wide. I don't need it that wide. So I'm going to stop it there. Yeah. Just trying to cut out the latch. But I also suggest if you're a woman alone or even anybody, I have something my brother gave me. I can plug it into my cigarette lighter. And it's this huge spotlight. And if I shine it on somebody, they're stopping. They won't, I'll blind them. Their eyeballs will be like hurting. And it's just a really good thing to have around. It's more like a defense or a type of deterrent for somebody rather than anything else. I wouldn't be able to use it too much because I have to be really careful what I put in my cigarette lighter, because I blow the whole dashboard system when I put in, like I wouldn't be able to put in a cigarette lighter. So I'm not even sure if I'm able to use that anymore. There, it's not pretty, but it works. And that little thing actually holds it in. So, yeah, see where I went off track there? So I'll just have to make sure that when I do my, but the tape will cover that. I don't know if you can see that. There's just like maybe 1/4 of an inch for about maybe 2 inches, inch and a half, where I undercut it. Alright, so now I'll bring it down to the bottom. Just like I mentioned before, if I can get a straight line for free. Oh, that's silly me. Now, because sometimes I have a habit of going inside, like pushing the pen in more, I will cut this one a little bit wider. And if it's a little wide, that's fine. Reason being is when I'm going along with the pen, I might tilt it in a little bit more. Uh-oh, I went too far that way. So I have to make sure I redo that line over there. I mean, I could put it on the floor. I'm just going to make sure that that line is very defined. And if I put it on the floor, it would probably be a lot better. I'm doing it on my lock so you guys can see, and it's the best way. You won't really be able to see as well if I change the phone holder there. Well, that's quite messy looking up there. I don't think I can figure that out. Fun. Alright, so let's hope we get this one right. If not, we can do another one. I just don't like to waste reflectix. I was actually thinking if I'm pretty well done. I do have to make some, for the back doors, there's a gap at the very bottom. And I was thinking of doing a roll of reflectix somehow, just for the winter time, to seal up that back door. And that'll be another project. It's never ending. And then right down there by the wood stove, like that small door, there's another gap. So I was thinking of incorporating in some kind of roll as well in there, so that there won't be any drafts. Because come, gosh, where is that going? Come the cold temperatures, trust me, you don't want any little areas if that wind is blowing and the wind chills up. You don't want any areas with any kind of airflow. That's why I'm doing this too. Like, it's for coverage, but so I'm going to round this off a little bit. There. Let's see how this works. Now this one turned out to be a little bit bigger. Actually, you know, it worked out well. Okay, it fits. So I'm going to do my little notch, my latch. And then I just have to duplicate this on the mats. I won't bother recording that, but I will come back when I'm going to tape them up. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Wish me luck. I got them finished. Yay. I'm done my blinds. So if you're starting off and you're just buying a roll of reflectix for windows, I really suggest that the floor and your underside is so important. I could even, in fact, I might just do this. I might take the rest of that roll of reflectix and line the top of my plywood on my bed. So there's that layer of reflectix on top of my plywood. I don't think it will mold because in Alberta it's extremely dry. And with the wood stove, I'm not sure. I think a Mr. Buddy is a wet heat. I'm not sure. Look, I might need one little piece of tape just to secure it. But with the door lock and the latch for the side window, it pretty well holds it up. So I'm going to go through what I did. Okay, is this one the rough one? Yeah, I think this one's the rough one. It was the second one I did. So what I did is, it looks really good. It's like not the prettiest, but at night, like, it's just gonna look like it has like a trim around it, whatever. So what I did is I did the long pieces first, and because this mat was a little bit bigger than the reflectix side, and I did that on purpose. So what you want to do is you want to put your tape on this side first and then fold it over to the reflectix. If it's not enough, then you can reinforce that side a little bit more. Then I did my corners, and on all my corners I reinforced it. It looks a little messy. So you can see I reinforced it. Same with down here. I reinforced it on that side. And I mean, I could trim up those corners, but it's not a big deal to me. It'll probably drive me nuts, and I will have to do it. So, here you have it. Oops, you can't really even see it well. There you have my window cover. And it's nice and solid. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So, I mean, I could have done those, I could take those out and redo them, but then I'm looking at having to tape them in every time I want to use them, and I'm actually liking the privacy, and it just maintains the heat control in here, and I'm getting a little bit fooled because right now the weather is really super warm compared to what it should be. I think this time last year it was in the minus 30s to 40s. I'm not sure. But I have my window blinds done. Now, oh, they're all done. So like I said, I used 5 mats. I think it came to like $53. And you know, now that I'm thinking back, if you don't need the reflectix, I would go out and buy the spongy ones if you're like the thicker, light, spongy ones, if you can afford it. If not, these $9.99 ones or whatever it was, they were like 10 bucks. They're just as good, and you can reinforce them with reflectix, especially if you already have purchased it. So $53 for the mats, and then like I said, it cost me $80 for that roll in a round, and I did buy it a while ago, so it might have gone up, but and I've gotten multiple uses out of it because I had extra. I had more than just that roll. So I've done my floor, my window blinds. I'm going to put that on the bottom of my plywood, or on the top part between the mattress and the plywood. I think that's going to make a really big difference. And then I actually do have pieces around and stuff like that, lots of extra pieces. So what I might just do, watch me not have enough to do the plywood. That'll be another video. No lacking content, that's for sure. And then, like I said, I want to do kind of like a roll. You know how you used to have those little material snake things that were stuffed, and you could put them underneath, like under your door. If you have sort of for drafts in your front door and stuff like that. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I was gonna brush Wilson, but I was thinking it might be a better idea that I do it on Saturday or Sunday when he's outside, so I'm not brushing him inside. And I do have to demat him inside because he'll run away from me. He'll run away from me when I brush him too. So it should be a laugh. So I'm going to, I don't edit very much, as you can tell. So I'm going to get this video up, and want everybody to have a lovely evening and enjoy your Saturday. Be grateful for what you have. Be strong. Be kind. And thank you so much for commenting and tuning in. And let me know in the comments too, even if you live in Alberta, you could send me one from your town. Or as far as other van lifers go, I don't know if any watch my channel. I'm not expecting any of your stickers, because once I get my build done, I'm going to take that extra money. Like, I should be a little bit better once I get that intake manifold done in the tires. Then I'll have the spare money in my budget to start traveling a little bit, and also supporting other creators, joining as members and stuff, and buying some of their swag. So we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a lovely evening. Thanks for joining me.